When people ask me, I love to tell them that I use eye palettes for face. So, who has become my favorite to use is Juvia's Place. Okay. Now, this palette done been through. That's why they're like, you know, they done been through the fire, honey. They been through the fire. I use this palette so much. I tend to use these shades a lot and this one a lot. I have a video on my channel where I use this palette, and this is the Warrior 2 palette, and I use the Warrior palette as well. I use this palette for my contour shades. It works out really, really well. Okay, so I can, and I also use it on my clients. So I can contour with this palette. This is a couple of shades darker than my skin tone. So I use it to add that contour here. And then when I want to just define my contour a little bit more, then I darken my contour a little bit. I use this one. And I'll just put it like right up here. I used it for this particular look. And I literally just concentrated like at the top of the cheekbone. And I've used this on my clients as well. It always comes out beautifully. It kind of just melts on the skin. It doesn't just sit on the top of it, and it doesn't look ashy or anything like that, especially for women of color. This works so well. I've used this as a blush shade. I also used it in my under eye today, just to add like a pop of color. But it's a very pretty, like a deep red, and it's not too rosy, and I used it as blush today as well. I do use this, and I don't think that it is meant for contouring, but I use it for contouring and for blush and for eyes. To highlight, I will use the Warrior palette, okay? These have the most beautiful, look at that. Can y'all see that? Sis, I'm trying to show you like the glare on it. Like, these have the most beautiful shimmer shades, especially gold and bronzy tones that I've ever seen. I love, and they are so pigmented that it just works. So I use this shade and this shade to highlight today. Sis, no, you don't understand. Let me show you. Can you see it? Okay. And these are extremely affordable. So I did an eye look just using these palettes. Or I did a makeup look, rather, not an eye look. Just using these. These are the palettes. They just work so well together that I just think like they complement each other so well. And again, I was able to do this look here that you're seeing with this, only this palette. So, Juvia's Place. 9 pans, and you can utilize them for your entire face. I did a full face using these 2 palettes, okay? That means eyes, contour. The only thing, I put a little bit of that gold in there. That's a pigment from Jelly Roll Cosmetics. But, baby, these are good, and they are super affordable, so that's the part that I really love about it. Morphe. This is where it started for me, okay? So this is going to be the 8F palette, right? So I got this because I did not have a contour palette that worked well on my more fair skin clients. So I wanted a palette from a company that I knew, that I was familiar with, but that could service fairer skin. I have a lot of products that cater to women of color because a big part of my clientele is, you know, women of color. So I'm proud to be able to say that. I love working on women of color. But I also love working on fair skin ladies as well. I don't discriminate, baby. So I bought this palette. To my surprise, I am able to use this palette. Like I told you, I never use something on somebody else that I've haven't tried the product out myself. These are so affordable that I could afford to get one for myself and one for my kid. Okay. Y'all ever heard that saying? Don't get high on your own supply. Okay, I know it's a little ratchet, but the same thing applies with makeup. Like, don't get high on your own supply, sis. Buy your own stuff. I was able to service my skin tone and lighter. That was a plus. I thought that I could it was only for, you know, fairer skin, but I was able to use it on a variety of clients. It has 2 highlighters. It has a blush shade here, and these are all going to be your contour and lighteners. So these work very well. I can use this shade as it's similar to the shade that I have in here on my nose contour, and it just works so well. The favorite part of this palette is the highlighters. I love the highlighters in this palette. They're very pretty, and like I said, I can use them on a variety of skin tones. So I love that. This was extremely affordable. I believe it was about 20 bucks or something, but it works really, really, really well. Girl, buy you some Morphe. I personally have a connection to Morphe because I came to know about them when they only had the one store in Burbank. I think it was Burbank, either Burbank or Glendale, but it was close to where I lived. I'm from SoCal, Southern California, girl. West side till I die. So, you know, I was excited about this company blowing up the way that it So you tried to sneak into my video. Well, you got kids, they be doing bad stuff. I mean, I have palettes on palettes on palettes, brushes on brushes on brushes. Like, I mess with Morphe. They are really good. Lastly, back to my folks, okay? I have this palette, and I also invested in this palette. It was, I want to say about 50 bucks. But it works really well. It's very beautiful, and I was in love with it when I bought it. This is the palette. So this one has some contour shades in there, and also a highlighting powder, brightening powder, and this one kind of has like a peachy undertone to it, but it's really beautiful. The only thing I didn't like is this one. It was kind of ashy on my skin tone, so I tend to use it on people who have like cooler undertones, but I tend to stick to using this one and this one for contour shades. Again, this is a higher end palette, and so it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but you know, it's also an option if you like to use MAC Cosmetics. I am a natural and bridal makeup artist, so I tend to stick to palettes that are going to service that type of clientele. So I picked these palettes on purpose because I believe that they're like more universal palettes, okay? I'm going to start with the Nubian palette by Juvia's Place. Okay, so this one has nudes galore, okay? These brown, chocolatey shades. They have a couple of shimmer shades in here that are very pretty and very pigmented. You can do a variety of looks with this palette. You get a lot of product in here, and these work so well. Like, you can use these for contouring, you can use these for just regular shadow, you know, like eyeshadow looks. You can use it if you want to do like a smoky eye or something. This works well. The price point on these, I should have researched this before I did this video. I didn't. I just decided like, oh, let me jump into it. So I will definitely let you know how much they cost, okay? Forgive me for being unprepared. Okay, next is going to be another Juvia's Place palette. This is going to be the Mauves, the malls. The malls. So, when I say that word, I feel like I should say it like that, like malls. Anyway, so this is very pretty, y'all. Okay, pink is my favorite color. One of my favorite colors. I also like black.
And I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black.
Say soon. This works so well on for bridal looks. A lot of brides will tell you that they want a soft look, and pink tends to be, you know, like bridal. It's that that blushing bride look. This is a good palette, especially if your client asks you for a little bit of color. You can do some pops of color in there. That shimmer shade that's in there is real pretty. This is bomb, okay? Next is going to be a Morphe palette. It's going to be the 35 XO palette. When you think XO, think hugs and kisses, honey. So this palette, this palette is so bomb. It's so pretty. Look at it. It's so pretty, y'all. Oh my God. Oh, it's so pretty, huh? So I love pinks. I said that, but I also love nude and natural looks. This is it. I actually haven't had this too long, but I've already used it on a couple of clients and myself to create some very pretty natural looks as well as bridal looks. This can service everybody from the bride to the bridesmaids to the mama of the bride. This is a very affordable palette, very pigmented. It gives you a variety of shimmer and matte shades, and there are a million colors in here. You can do all kind of stuff with that, and it just works so well. My prom girls was being serviced by these palettes, and they was looking bomb. So you can do, you know, more softer looks, as well as, you know, if you want a whole beat. Last but not least, it's gonna be another Morphe palette. Now this is gonna be one of two palettes that I have. If you are not a bridal makeup artist, or if you also do you know, like birthday beats, photo shoots, some editorial work, Halloween makeup, if that's your thing, next two palettes are going to be the best palettes that I can recommend, especially when you're just starting out. These are very affordable, and you know, you can do a lot of different things with this. My cousin, who actually just passed away, she had a naughty girl party, and for her birthday, and she wanted to have all the smoke, honey, and she looked beautiful, and I'll insert a picture of her so you guys can see how she looked. But she's so beautiful, and I'm gonna miss her. My heart goes out to her girls, and you know, just keep my family in your prayers. Yeah. So it's going to be the Morphe and James Charles palette, and also the 35C palette, okay? And the 35C palette is going to have colors.
Know your colors and know your fabrics.
Y'all remember that? Did you see Mermaids with Cher? I used to watch that when I was a little girl. Then when I got older, I was like, maybe this was inappropriate to watch as a child. These pretty much have every color. I have used these for some of my looks. I did like this green look that came out so pretty. I used this palette. Should be linked somewhere. It'll be somewhere. If not, girl, go to my channel. So yeah, very pretty colors here that you can do all kind of stuff with. Bomb palette. The Morphe and James Charles palette, very pretty. Very similar to the 35C palette, except this one has like a couple of shimmer shades. That real pretty purple in there. This gold champagne type color, very pretty. I love this palette. Again, these were very affordable palettes. And also these palettes by these companies are very pigmented. So you don't have to use up a whole lot of product trying to get your look right. And they stack well. I got these off of Amazon. They are mesh. They work really, really well. I can fit a lot of things into here. And I have no problem with, you know, putting these palettes into these mesh bags. And they travel really well. Ain't nobody got time to be taking all this stuff everywhere. You can just slide this boop right into your suitcase or into your bag. And like I said, it travels really well. You're able to see what palettes are in there so that you can grab them as you're working. Obviously, you want to keep and maintain a very organized kit so that you can get to your products and get the job done. That's my own baby screaming, so I gotta go. Other than that, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when a new video drops. All right? Thanks for watching.